Good morning, dear students. Um, Topomap class, till now I have completed the grid reference system, the color tints identification, introduction of the conventional symbols, different conventional symbols you have to learn. Diagram based question, picture based study can come in your exam, so you have to practice. Hope you all are practicing also every day. And then I have made you understand the flow, the direction of the river, even the compass direction, then what is the left bank, what is the right bank of a river, these and also the drainage patterns. I hope these you understood well. Today I will teach the understanding of the contours and identification of landforms by studying the contour patterns. Okay, so we need to know what is contour. Okay, contour is nothing but these are the imaginary line. As you can observe in this image, certain brown lines are drawn over here and several values are written against the line. Now if you are taking this line, the value of this line is 150, the unit will be meter. Okay, the unit will be meter. If you will see your topographical map, there you can find that just below the scale, once I have shown you also, just below the graphical scale where it is drawn, just below that it's written the contour interval is 20 meter. Now the topo maps, that is G43S10 and G43S7, which you will get in your exam, there the contour interval is 20 meter. Now what is contour interval, that also we need to know. We will know that. Before that we need to know what is contours. Now contours are the imaginary lines. Okay, these are joining the points having same elevation from the mean sea level. So what is the value written over here? This is 150 meter. What does it mean? It means the elevation of the points joined by this line, is 150 meter from the mean sea level. This is called contour line. Contours are the imaginary line joining the places having same elevation from the mean sea level. This is called contour. Okay, contour lines. Now what is contour interval then? Contour interval means difference. Now difference between the heights between the two consecutive or successive contour line. If you will see this area, you will get what is the contour interval here. So this is number 1, this is number 2 contour line, this is number 3 contour line, this is number 4 contour line, this is number 5. Now the definition is the difference between the height between two successive or consecutive contour line. So what is the difference between the successive? Between 1 and 2 the difference is 50, between 2 and 3 it is 50, between 3 and 4 is also 50, this is 4 and 5 also 50. So the contour interval is the interval or the difference in height between the two successive or consecutive contour lines. In this image it is 50 meter, but the topographical map which you will get, there the contour interval is 20 meter. Keep this in mind. Sometimes short questions may be asked of 1 marks. Now just see this. By observing the contour lines, we can understand what is the nature of the slope. Okay, what is the nature of the slope? As you all know, there are mainly two types of slope. One is the steep slope, steep type of topography. Mainly we can see this type of topography in the hilly mountainous region, in the northern part of India, in northeastern hilly region, in southern hilly region. There we can see this type of slope. Another one is the gentle slope. Gentle slope means flat type of topography, and this gentle slope we are getting mainly in the plain areas where the agriculture is being practiced. Okay, coastal plain region or sandy plain region, mainly it will be the flat region. Now by seeing the contour line we can understand which type of slope is this. Now you just see here in this image, this part you see the contour lines are spaced away from each other, they are widely spaced. So this part is under the gentle slope, this side. If you will draw draw it, it will come like this. Okay, but if you will see this part, see this area, what is the effect? Just see the contour lines are closely spaced, so you can see this part is steep slope. So this is gentle slope, as here the contour lines are widely spaced, that's why it is gentle slope. As here the contour lines are closely spaced, so it is steep slope. So always when the contour lines are closely spaced, there it is steep slope, this is mountain type of topography, highland type of topography, and where the contour lines are widely spaced, there it is gentle slope. Okay, so this is gentle slope, this side is the steep slope. Now sometimes contour lines are rounded in shape. Okay, contours are rounded in shape. So this rounded shaped contour lines is indicating the conical hills. Just see here the characteristics. The concentric circles are formed here by the contour lines, and here the value is increasing towards the center, 100, 200, 300, 400. So value is increasing towards the center, and the center part, the circle is very much narrow in nature. So here the conical peak is formed and then the value is again decreasing. Okay, so this type of conical hills can be identified by seeing the concentric circled contour lines. The value is increasing towards the center and they are having regular distance. See, the distance is regular. They are closely spaced, but they are regularly spaced. Okay. Now just see in this image, you can observe here the green wash. Can you observe this? I am just minimizing it. Just see this is the green wash, and here you can find the contour lines, this brown color lines are closely spaced, very much closely spaced, and many small streams have formed in these areas. Okay. So this part is under the steep type of topography, highland topography. If you will see the spot height value, you can understand this is 1425 meter. Then here is 437 meter, 470 meter. So here the slope is steep in nature. This is highland topography, and you all know that small streams are originated from highland topography. Now if you will come to this side, this is the your agricultural land. This yellow wash means agricultural land, and here you will get one or two contour lines. Okay, means contour lines are far apart from each other, so it's indicating the flat land. So if the question is what is the general slope of the land, what will be your answer? Ours, we are considering slope from the highland to the lowland areas. Okay, so here the highland is situated this side and lowland is situated this side. So we can draw in this way. This side is the highland, this is the western this is the eastern side, your right hand side, and this one is the western side. So your slope will be which side? From east towards west, you can say from southeast towards the northwest. Okay, so this is the general slope of the land. By seeing the contour pattern, you can understand what will be the general slope of the land. I hope you understood this. Here the contours are spaced closely with each other, close pattern is observed. So this side is the steep slope, and in the opposite side means in the steep, S-T-E-E-P, steep slope, and in the opposite side here is the gentle slope. Okay, so your general slope will be from highland towards the lowland. It is normal, we are measuring slope from highland towards the lowland only. So here the slope will be from southeast to northwest. this will be the general slope of the land. So by seeing the contour pattern, we can identify the general slope of the land of the given map area extract. Now if you will see this one, here also the contours are spaced closely. So it indicates the highland topography. See the spot height value is given 542. Okay. Now, so what is spot height? I explained it before also. Today again I am explaining. Spot height is the point, is the height of the point. It shows the actual height of the point above the mean sea level. Actual height of the point. So here it is written 542. It means it is the height of the point is 542 meter from the mean sea level. The actual height of the point. If it is 223, this is also a spot height. So the actual height of the point above the mean sea level is 233 meter only. Okay, but another thing is given triangulated height. Triangulated height and spot height both are same, but triangulated height, these are measured through the method of trigonometry. That's why they are called triangulated height, and it is shown in this way, a triangle followed by a number, any number. Okay, a triangle followed by a number. It also means the same thing. The height, the actual height of a point from the mean sea level is 230 meter. If it is, suppose this, let me zoom this. Just see here, the tree like feature is given and it is also followed by a number 180. It means the prominent surveyed tree, means the tree is surveyed at an altitude of 180 meter from the mean sea level. So these are the different measuring units of you can say methods of the elevation of any point. Okay, here is prominent survey tree 213, same thing. Here is triangulated height 217. Okay, so these are the different measuring method of elevation of any point. Next is the benchmark. Sometimes you can observe that BM followed by a number is written beside any road or any rail route. Okay, so it shows the height of that specific area, or the railway track. It's situated about 224.6 meter high than the mean sea level. Okay, it means that. So benchmark is showing the height of a certain area. If it is written beside the road, that means that road is situated at an altitude of that meter from the mean sea level. Okay, where this is written, particularly in that part only, the elevation is like that. Now students, relative height and relative depth, you need to study this. Relative height and relative depth, specifically for relative height, you need to keep in mind that it is not the actual height above the mean sea level. It is not the height of any place above the mean sea level, as that height is shown by contours, by the spot heights, by the benchmark. They are showing the height of any point above the mean sea level, but relative height is not showing the height of any place above the mean sea level. It's relative in nature. It measures the height from top to bottom. Okay, and it changes from one place to another place. Now just see this relative height, for which feature you will say relative height and for which feature you will say the relative depth, that you need to know. The features means beside which or inside which, when the word is written in black letter, in black color, that time you will say this is relative height of that feature. Okay, relative height of that feature. But if it is written in blue color, then it will be the relative depth of that feature. I repeat, when it is written in black color, that means it shows the relative height of that feature, and if it is written in blue, then it will be showing the relative depth of that feature. So let us get few examples. The first one is, see here, just beside the dry tank. This is the feature of dry tank, and beside this dry tank, one comb like feature you can observe. I am just zooming once. See the comb like feature you can observe here. So it shows, it's here it is written 3R. So what is the meaning of this 3R here? It shows the relative height of the embankment of the dry tank is 3 meters. Okay, relative height of the embankment of the dry tank is 3 meters, as it is written in black color, and embankment is drawn over here. So it is relative height of the embankment is 3 meter. Now in the same map it is given just beside the stream, it is given 2R. So it means the relative height of the river bank is 2 meters. It shows the relative height of the river bank is 2 meters. Okay, you have to mention the unit. Without unit, answer will not be accepted. So keep in mind this thing. Now you just see here some brown dots. See all over the map, brown dots. In conventional symbols tutorial class, I already told you this brown dots denotes the sand dunes, and when the inside the sand dune is written 10R or 13R or 12R, whatever, that time it shows the relative height of the sand dune is 10 meter. Whatever will be the number, you have to add. Here it is given 10R, so 10 meter. If it is 12R, then 12 meter. If it is 13R, then 13 meter. And obviously it shows the relative height of the sand dunes. Now the next thing, here also see 3R written in the dry tank, and beside that one embankment drawn. So it also shows the relative height of the embankment is 3 meters. Okay, and last one, you just see the blue color matter. I told you, if when it is written blue color, that means it shows the relative depth of the perennial lined well. Relative depth of the feature is 20 meter or 10 meter, whatever number is given, whatever value is given. But mostly you can find this blue color letter will be written beside the lined wells, blue dots. What is the color of the lined well? Conventional symbol is blue dot. Okay, beside this blue dot it will be written. Blue dot written 20R. So it shows the relative depth of the perennial lined well is 20 meter. Relative depth of the perennial lined well is 20 meter. So this is all about today's class. Go through the class properly and do the worksheet, solve the worksheet properly. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the live class. Okay students, so today after this, bye bye.